everyone, how you doing? It's good to have you back. If you are familiar with me, I'm Jack from Phantasma Paranormal, and if you're not familiar with me, then why not? Nah, I'm just blowing smoke on my own ass. So what do I do here? Well, obviously this is a paranormal related channel, so I do lots of things such as spirit box sessions, comment on the paranormal scene, and also just like to put out my own theories and speculation to do with the paranormal, since there is a lot of mostly theory, speculation, rather than actual proof, so that's why I like to discuss things like that. So anyway, I'm a little bit late to this one, and it was a video done by Paranormal TEDIUM, which good job Rich on this one, and it's relating to the cult-like mentality, or the cult-like sort of communities within the paranormal, as it were. And it is a very good video. It's only a short one, but it really does touch on quite a few points. So I just wanted to put my 2 cents in. And yes, Rich, I'm a little bit late to this one. And what is Paranormal TEDIUM? Well, Paranormal TEDIUM, I appreciate, these two, which they give a really good skeptical point of view towards the paranormal. They're very much open to the paranormal and that sort of a thing, but go out of their way to try and find rational explanations for things, and also explain a lot about variables such as, cameras and so on, laser grids, EVP, and also with a little bit of knowledge which will definitely help you out if you are going to go down this route, as it's very much helped me out. I learned quite a lot, and I like to think maybe they learned something from me. I'm not sure. But we exchange emails back and forth, we talk about things in comments as well. So I just wanted to share Paranormal TEDIUM with you once again and talk about this specific video right here. So without further ado, please take it away, Rich.
Sure, the ghost hunting community is outwardly shown to be just a harmless coming together of like-minded people in the pursuit of a common goal. That goal being to prove ghosts are real. But when you compare it to the telltale signs of a cult, charismatic leader, indoctrination,
calling people haters, not proving their points, overall being a dick,
exploitation of its followers, and above all, no tolerance for questions or critical inquiry, then that's when you start to see the similarities.
Unfortunately, Rich is very much right in this case, because I've seen it, whereas, when I started in the whole paranormal thing and when I started to do spirit box sessions and stuff, I was very much new to this, and I was like a sponge for everything, and I used to follow, Huff and like his mode of, the way he does things and so on, and followed everything to the letter, which I see many people doing. And you got like the copycats, which you got Cody ITC, who's a massive copycat. And there's many of them that exist on YouTube, and they, just take what Huff says, just as gospel truth, and they don't question it, and they don't try and debunk things or go, is he telling the truth? Huff, I'll give you an example. He often says that spirits manipulate audio to speak. And he says that's been scientifically proven, despite him not being a scientist and it not being scientifically proven. If spirits could manipulate audio to speak, it would be recognised by science, you bloody div. And yet people take that as gospel and go, oh yeah, that must be how it works. But at the same time, spirits manipulating audio to speak, it is a very good theory. It is a very likely theory. However, it's not proven. It is not proven. It's not even proven that spirits are even dead people. I spoke about the possibility, could they be aliens? Could they be just energy themselves? Could it simply just be radio blips? Could it be, alternate reality beings? It could be anything. It could be fucking fairies for all we know. But I don't see many people questioning anything in the paranormal. They don't question as much as they used to. And that's why I like to put out these kind of videos where I like to just talk about these things, because no one seems to be discussing it, or it's not being talked about as much, and maybe I can just put my 2 cents in. And yes, am I an opinionated little bastard? Yes, I am. But if I feel like there's something that can be criticised or debunked, or something that needs a bit more context and a bit of a different opinion, then I will gladly put that in. But anyway, Rich, carry on.
Like most cults, the ghost hunting community has the usual sheep-like cultist followers. These followers aren't given all the information, they don't question the information they're given, and they just believe everything they're told and shown. But unlike most cults, this one has multiple ringleaders. A coterie, if you will. These ultimate purveyors of paranormal fakery, Baggins, Hawes, Huff, and the many others out there on TV and YouTube, tempt followers in like carnival showmen outside the freak tent, or like the child catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Only instead of freaks and lollipops, they've got proof of ghosts and the video evidence to back it up. To which they'll state outright that it's definitive spirit activity, with zero real proof that it actually is.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Talking of Huff, there was an occasion which this happened a while ago, and it was that paranormal investigator who decided to call out Huff on an old session which Huff did, proclaiming that he spoke to Lorraine Warren, famous paranormal investigator. But only thing is, there is no proof of who or what we're talking to. There's no proof we are speaking to specific spirits, even if it sounds like them, gives relevant information or whatever. You have to consider the possibility that, oh my god, when some people do a session, they go, well, it must be said and such person because it sounds just like them, or said, I am such and such. Yes, but how do you know that there may not be an entity on the other side who's doing an impression of that person? It's like Michael Jackson. He's definitely not the only Michael Jackson that has ever existed. So what's the chance that you maybe come across another Michael Jackson? Who knows? These are possibilities. Dark Paranormal Investigator decided to call out Huff and said, and how do you know it was Lorraine Warren? And he would just simply say, I know it was Lorraine Warren. But didn't materialize any proof that it definitely was Lorraine Warren. He just said, I know it was Lorraine Warren. Yes, but how? And then very soon, Dark Paranormal Investigator's comments got deleted after that. What a fucking surprise. But it's just these people will just state, especially Huff, he just will state that it is this such and such person, this is definitely the way spirits speak, this is how spirit communication is done, but then you don't see his followers questioning it. I decided to question things. I decided to go, okay, is this guy actually telling the truth? Do spirits really manipulate audio to speak, And I decided to go, hang on, he doesn't actually know that. So we don't even know spirits are dead people. So how does he know that? Well, that's the thing. He doesn't. He knows what the paranormal is, but decides to gloss over quite a lot. But I used to like Huff back in the day when I used to watch his old stuff, where he was real and he was legit and he got really good evidence. But then I think the money, the fame came into it, and then he just decided to follow that instead and just decided to, fake his shit. Which he's been proven fake many a times, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more debunking videos coming out in the near future.
Now, this tack doesn't work on everyone, or we'd all be believers, but it does draw in enough of the curious, gullible and susceptible to sustain the cult. And like a cult, once they've got them, they don't let them go. Its followers are indoctrinated by the bombardment of compelling evidence, unsubstantiated theories, and dubious scientific processes to prove that ghosts are indeed real. They're also presented with an array of scientific equipment that, if you're truly part of the ghost hunting cult, community, then you'll go out and buy this equipment. Buy it. Buy it all. How else would you collect evidence to prove to the skeptics and the non-believers that ghosts and the afterlife exist? Now, I'm sure I'm going to get flack for this vid down in the comments, and that's to be expected. It's just the instant, mindless, knee-jerk reaction that you'll always get whenever you question someone's belief in something, and that they've been brainwashed, that they're passionate about. This is where the no tolerance for questions or critical inquiry part comes into play. Cultists will defend their cult and its leader, or in this case, leaders, with every ounce of their existence. The ghost hunting community does this frequently, even when its said leaders are shown to be frauds or actually come out and admit they're frauds. They'll throw all their vehemence and hatred at the people who expose the truth, and not at the people who've been manipulating and exploiting them this whole time.
It seems to be the sad case in the paranormal where it's just, even I've seen viewers, when I've questioned, fans and followers or other people have, and I just see people, even just fans who maybe don't do spirit communication, who, they watch maybe Huff's videos or Cody ITC's videos and they go, oh, I just like these videos just because they're entertainment. I don't actually care about, the whole, if it's real or not. And it seems like some people don't even care if it's real or not, which is a massive problem. You can show like these people, you can show these people are fake till you're blue in the face, and you can explain why and explain things logically. But the only thing is, like I said to Rich, people's belief will always trump logic. It will always trump logic no matter what. They will believe in something so hard, and they can be shown all the manner of evidence to show that what they believe is either not real or it's not what they think it is. They just can't accept anything else, and plus I used to be a little bit like that. I used to believe in Huff 100% until I came across channels such as Order of Magnitude, Dark Paranormal Investigator, Afterlife Productions, not that one, and then I started to actually listen to what these guys were saying. And I go, okay, it actually does make a bit more logical sense. And then, just realizing, oh, what an idiot, Huff's just been blowing smoke up my ass this whole time. But people's belief, they will believe so wholeheartedly, but without any logic to sustain that. And the other thing is, yes, I get a lot of people, especially in the paranormal scene, when I got Josh from Hope Paranormal just saying, why don't you focus on your own stuff? And the only thing is, I do focus on my own sessions and I talk about the things I want to talk about. But only thing is, for people that are new into the paranormal and people that are just coming into it, I feel like it's important to shed light on the bollocks that happens as well, because people need to know about it so they can make a good critical decision. Ultimately, they've got to make their own decision and such on, what's real and what isn't. But the only thing is, they've either got a choice. They can either go about it logically, or they can just dismiss everything and overlook quite a lot just to be a full-fledged believer. Some people believe wholeheartedly in Spirit Box apps, but Spirit Box apps have got such little proof behind them. They're programmed to be that way anyway. Like even these apps which have like word banks and everything which pop up on the screen, which they're programmed to work like that anyway. And I said multiple times, just very quickly, when some people say, the people that program these apps will say there's no words or phrases in this app, how do you know they're not just lying to you? There could very well be words and phrases in that app, but just because they say it, then it must be true? Well, in that case, I'm a mutant. But you guys just have to believe me on that. But you're not just going to take my word for it, are you? So why are you just going to take the word for it about apps? And if people are going to say stuff, especially Huff, like spirits manipulate audio to speak, and that heaven is definitely real, where's the tangible 100% proof without a shadow of a doubt evidence that what you're saying is fact? There isn't any. It's all speculation. And plus, it's not me hating. It's just I'm stating what is just a fact right now, that we don't have the answers. We don't know that spirits manipulate audio. We don't know that there's a heaven. We don't know that spirits are dead people. We just don't know. But only thing is, people, I think in a way I can't necessarily blame people for following people like Huff, Josh, Cody and so on, because they state, such, what's the word? Just put out such lies that this is how it is. This is how it works and so on, but they don't materialize any proof. But only thing is, in a way I can understand these followers, because people want proof right now. People come to me and they say, Jack, is, the afterlife real? Are spirits dead people? Do spirits really manipulate audio to speak? And I have to tell them, I don't know. I have to tell them my theories, and I tell them what I might think, what it could be, but that's not good enough. People want concrete answers. And then they come across Huff and they go, oh, he says that the afterlife is real. Oh, he says this is how it is. This is how things work. But yet they don't even look into the fact that if he's even telling the truth, if there's any proof to back up his claims, which, surprise, surprise, there ain't fucking any, you dingbat. Belief always trumps logic. I'm not going to say too much on religion, mostly because I can't believe in religion, because I look at things very skeptically and in a very logical way. Well, at least I think so. And I can't believe in something without evidence. If I can't see it, feel it, touch it, and so on, then I can't just blindly believe. I can't do it. But if it keeps you on the right path, you know, if you are that way inclined, then good for you, all right? I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, religion, it ain't for me. But I got into the whole paranormal because I wanted to know more about it. Did I believe a lot of bollocks? Yes, of course I did. But I was a sponge for it. I was learning. I didn't know what was what. And then I started to investigate, things like TV shows, started to look into these things, if Huff was really telling, the truth or not. I started to be more skeptical, and I started to dismiss my beliefs a bit, because the only thing is, don't fully believe that you are correct. If you are going to make an argument against anything, there has to be a counter argument towards that. But in the paranormal, when people get a counter argument, they just assume that you're a hater. And that's a very popular tactic which Huff likes to throw out, just calling you a hater, but not actually addressing the points that you've made, even if you are being respectful. If he is proven wrong, you are just called a hater, and you are tarred with that same brush that many of us have been, that we are just haters and that we're jealous. I'm not jealous of Huff. I'm happy with my lot, and do I expect this channel to be at the level of his? That? No, and it never will be. And I don't personally care for that. I just want to put out, what the paranormal really is and what it really isn't, and share my thoughts and feelings about it. And if you get something out of it, then cool, good for you. And if 30 people watch it, 30 people watch it. That's good enough for me. I mean, do I believe that spirit communication does happen? Yes, because I've had spirit communication. Otherwise, why would I do this? But I can't tell you what spirits are, because I don't know. Can I tell you that there's a heaven? No, because I don't know. Are we ever going to know these answers? I don't know if we ever will. Can we contact specific spirits? I don't know. Is it possible? Maybe. But that's all really the paranormal is, and spirit communication in general, just if, buts, and maybes. But the cult-like mentality is a real thing. There's some people that no matter how, especially when Huff has a lot of influence and tries to insert God in there and so on, which, he's a very clever man. He's a very clever man of drawing you in, and he's very much, a Jim Jones type figure to me. And it's got to the point where I used to think that, Huff knew what he was doing, by spouting such bollocks. But now I'm at this point where I'm not so sure anymore. And I think it's at the point where I think Huff believes, he's getting high on his own supply. I think he genuinely believes the bullshit he's putting out. And I think he's just going a bit... I genuinely think that. And I'm sorry if there's any Huff fans here. If I offend you with anything I say, sorry, but I don't care. Anyway, I hope this is just my 2 cents in. I'm sorry it's a bit loose or whatever, but anyway, I encourage you to go check out Rich's videos, Rich and Steve. I encourage you to check out Paranormal TEDIUM, and especially their new one, which they put out, which is on the subject of cameras, shutter speeds, so on, frames per second, orbs, dust particles, and all that. You'll get something good out of it, get some knowledge, and keep your earlobes open. You'll learn something, trust me. Because I know I definitely learned something from them, and I like to think, they learned something from me. But anyway, thank you very much, guys. I'll see you soon. I'm about to go have dinner, and fuck off. I'm joking. Love you really, darlings.